You know, Bob Dylan once said this song came to him in a state of grace. But what does that really mean? Well, today that's what we're going to unpack. We are diving deep into Every Grain of Sand, a song that takes you on this incredible journey from the absolute bottom all the way to the sense of being connected to, well, everything. Let's trace that journey together.
Right from the get-go, there is no easing into it. The song just drops you right in the time of my confession, in the hour of my deepest need. This isn't some story being told from a safe distance. No, we are right there with the narrator at rock bottom, which really sets the tone for the whole spiritual quest we're about to witness.
So yeah, the whole thing really kicks off in a moment of crisis. The narrator is in a pool of tears so deep it's flooding every newborn seed. I mean, what a devastating image, right? It's the picture of hope literally being drowned by sorrow. This is someone looking for any way out. And just feel the weight of this line. He's not just dealing with one mistake. He's looking at a chain of events, a whole destructive pattern that he feels trapped in. And he's comparing himself to Cain, one of the most famous wrongdoers in history. It's heavy stuff.
So that Cain reference, it's absolutely crucial. It's a kind of shorthand for this massive burden of guilt and feeling completely cut off from everyone. By bringing up Cain, the narrator is basically saying, I feel like I'm marked by my past, and I am desperate to break free from it.
But then, right after we hit that absolute low point, the song just pivots. It makes this incredible turn. The focus shifts from all that internal pain to the world outside, and something new starts to click into place.
This right here, this is the heart of the entire song. Even in the middle of all that chaos, that fury of the moment, he starts seeing some kind of design, some kind of order. And where does he find it? Not in a big, flashy miracle. He finds it in the tiniest, most ordinary things. A trembling leaf, a single grain of sand.
And that's the whole ballgame. The song flips from being about one person's failure to this sudden awareness of a universal connection. The comfort doesn't come from fixing his own problems. It comes from realizing he's part of a much bigger picture that exists in everything.
But hold on. This big realization isn't some magic cure-all. The journey is far from over. The song makes it really clear that finding this connection doesn't just end the struggle with the past. If anything, it's just the beginning.
Wow, what a powerful way to describe how the past sticks with you. Temptation here isn't just some abstract idea. It's a real place, a doorway with an angry flame, and it literally calls out his name. It's a reminder that breaking that chain is a fight you have to face again and again.
So the song actually lays out a kind of path here. It's only by keeping going, by walking past that flame and not backing down, that the narrator can come to understand. It's the struggle itself that brings wisdom. It's how he learns that every hair is numbered like every grain of sand.
Okay, so the next verse kind of zooms out and looks at the bigger picture of his life. It's this catalog of wild extremes, all these intense, contradictory things that have made him who he is. And man, this verse is a whirlwind. It's not just simple opposites like rags to riches. You get these beautiful, painful lines like the violence of a summer's dream next to the chill of a wintry light. It paints this picture of a life that has been full of beauty and bruises, loneliness and lost innocence.
Which brings up a pretty big question, right? After you've been through all of that, the guilt, the grace, the temptation, the highs, the lows, how in the world do you find any sense of balance? Where's the center of it all?
And believe it or not, the song's climax gives us an answer, but it might not be the one you're expecting. See, it's not about finding some perfect, stable balance. It's about understanding that being human means living in that constant tension.
This one line just captures that tension perfectly. It's that constant swing between feeling deeply connected to something bigger, that someone there, and then the cold, hard reality of being alone. It's only me. And the song presents this not as a problem to be solved, but just as the way things are. So you can really see the two sides of the coin here. On one hand, you have the self, it's only me, pure solitude, isolation. And on the other, you have this connection to the other, someone there, a sense of presence. The narrator is just constantly bouncing between these two realities. And that's the big takeaway. This is what the song calls the reality of man. It's being forever in that state of hanging in the balance. It's this weird, beautiful, and sometimes lonely condition of being both totally alone and deeply connected all at the same time.
Now, all this deep, profound stuff wasn't just a one-off thought for Dylan. The power of this song is something you can actually see in its history and how it's lived on in his career.
Get this, 455 times. That's how many times this song has been performed live. This is not some deep cut he forgot about. It's a cornerstone, a song he comes back to over and over, which tells you just how much it means.
And you can see its importance just by looking at the album list. After it came out on Shot of Love, it kept showing up on the big, important compilations like Biography and the Bootlegs series. That's basically the music world's way of saying, yep, this one's a masterpiece.
And really, that's the whole journey, isn't it? That's why this song has such a legacy. It starts out as this incredibly raw, personal confession from a moment of crisis, and it blossoms into this universal hymn about faith, doubt, and what it even means to be human.
So we'll leave you with this last image from the song. This final line gives us this amazing, comforting idea that nothing goes unnoticed, that there's care and meaning in every single part of the universe, no matter how small you think it is. And that's a thought that, well, just like us, is always hanging in the balance.